My opinion is that all those that live in this community are a taker of goods and services. And this was an opportunity for me to give back to the community. Interacting with our citizens and, of course, Parks and Rec was a major factor in everything we do.
It's diabetes research, the amount of money that we have given, for diabetes research, the cancer research that we, funded for years. It's a giving club. It's really, the members really work for that.
In the heart of Columbia, a community built over 200 years with a timeless civic spirit, stands a civic club whose goodwill and dedication have shaped the city's character for nearly 8 decades. Since 1947, the Columbia Cosmopolitan Luncheon Club has quietly and steadfastly enriched our public life through service, generosity, and an unwavering commitment to community well-being. Just 2 years after its founding, the club brought a visionary idea to the city. They offered to lease 35 acres of land adjacent to the municipal airport to establish a grand recreational park. Those 35 acres would become what is now Cosmo Park, our city's largest park at 533 acres and a hub for thousands of children, young people, and their families. From 1949 and for another 50 years, the club would donate tens of thousands of dollars and volunteer hours to help establish the first 9 holes of the LA Nickel Golf Course, multiple shelters, the Steinberg Playground, and the Columbia Skate Park, and much more.
The partnership with the Columbia Cosmopolitan Luncheon Club has been intact for over 60 to 70 years. When we talk about our park system and we talk about the development of the parks that people get to use today, we go all the way back to the creation of Cosmo Park. That was done with citizens from the club. They are kind of visionaries in terms of our creation of our parks and recreation system. Through the years, they have been impactful in multiple projects. So when we talk about the development of the Activity Recreation Center, the ARC, or the Cosmo Skate Park, or the Inclusive Playground at Woodridge Park, those projects were all done in part with the support of the Columbia Cosmopolitan Luncheon Club. So really, when you are visiting our park system, you are gonna see their impact throughout a lot of different spaces.
Cosmo Park hosts the annual Show Me State Games, as well as many soccer, football, lacrosse, softball, baseball, golf, tennis, mountain bike, and skateboard tournaments and events, and thousands of hours of volunteer work to help create Cosmo Bethel Park. For several years, they pledged up to $15,000 annually to build playgrounds and improvements, efforts recognized when the city named the park in their honor. In 2017, the club helped bring to life Cosmo Corner in Nifong Park, a fully accessible play and picnic space that welcomes all members of our community with ADA-compliant features, a shelter, walkways, and thoughtful signage. And today, they continue to lead by example, most recently presenting a generous $150,000 check to support a new inclusive playground at Rock Quarry Park, ensuring that every child can play without barriers. In 1965, the club's mission found new purpose with the founding of the Cosmo Community Sheltered Workshop at the Old Bus Depot on West Sexton Road. That program is now known as Job Point, an organization that continues to empower hundreds of disabled individuals into meaningful employment. Over the years, their offerings have expanded tremendously and now include career planning, skills training, leadership training, certificate programs, affordable housing assistance, and more.
Part of Job Point's mission is to help people with disabilities find and keep jobs. Some of the ways we do that is we do a pretty thorough assessment in the beginning to figure out what are their strengths, what are their interests, and how does that pair to employment. We do job trials where we take people into the community and they actually get to work for a couple hours to see if the thought and the reality match. And then we evaluate whether there's a likelihood. Cosmopolitan Club's been great about letting us come in and do job trials. And so they've done a really good job of promoting that we are the one place in town that you can come to, and we'll shoot you straight on what the rules of work are and how that benefits.
Our club has a great impact on our community. It has for many, many years. We started in 1947, and we started right out building Cosmo Park, and we've invested over $1.75 million in the parks. And we do many numerous things within our community. We help other nonprofits with their projects, and our main passion is to find a cure for diabetes.
In 1984, the club chose to take the fight to a serious public health challenge. They led an effort that was also taken up by dozens of other cosmopolitan clubs all over North America, in the creation of the Cosmopolitan International Diabetes and Endocrinology Center at the University of Missouri, involving glands and hormones, including diabetes, metabolic disorders, and thyroid disorders. The Columbian Luncheon Club's total investment in the center over the years since amounts to over $1 million. Their annual support continues to help sustain vital programs and capital needs at the center. But beyond land and centers, the club created cherished Columbia traditions. Since 1952, the Fire in the Sky fireworks event lit the night each 4th of July. Eventually turned over to the city in 1997, the beloved event still receives annual support from the Cosmos.
Years and years ago, in fact, Jerry Sigmund, who you talked to earlier, is one of the initiators of Fire in the Sky. And they said that they did it themselves for years and years when they got too old and couldn't run fast enough to get away from the fireworks. So we turned over to the city, and they thus have Fire in the Sky today. It's a great event where you can take your kids, your family out there and have a nice enjoyable evening. In fact, you have a little bit of a carnival atmosphere now. We do it at Stevens Lake. And I was out there this year, and they just put on a great show, great fireworks. And this thing is another great thing that we do in the city of Columbia.
In 1990, the Luncheon and Breakfast Clubs built the Jerry Sigmund Cosmopolitan Center on Burlington Street in North Columbia, a gathering place for social events and fundraising. Their Pancake and Sausage Day, begun in 1952, and the weekly bingo games, launched in 1981, have raised dollars while building community spirit. Altogether, this civic club has contributed nearly $1.5 million and countless volunteer hours to our parks and community life. To every member, past and present, you've rooted joy, inclusiveness, and health deep into the soil of Columbia. Your legacy is the laughter of children in our parks, the opportunities found through employment, the hope in medical breakthroughs, and the simple delight in coming together as neighbors. Ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed guests, please welcome into the Boone County Hall of Fame the Columbia Cosmopolitan Luncheon Club.